I-33 female caught my husband, 31 male, in an affair and I don't know how to move on. I've suspected things had been going on for a while, but kept brushing it off. I thought he would never do that to me. Since around April, he's been refusing my attempts to have sex most of the time, sitting differently on a couch to where he's facing away from me. Little things. It's with one of our good friends. She came to my house a few weeks ago. She's texted me. She's pretended to be there for me. I found out because I rolled over and they were having a Snapchat conversation. She said she wished she could be there to hold him and his samurais that I tried to seduce him last night and mocked it. I confronted him and he admitted it. He said that it was because quarantine was stressful. He does not want to work things out. He thinks of me only as a friend in his heart. When I told her husband, he confronted her and apparently they actually kissed back in February. I think at that moment, I was never going to be enough for him. We used to be so happy. The week before they kissed, we celebrated Valentine's Day together. He bought us a nice bottle of wine for our anniversary. We had fun. We were perfect. I don't know where to go from here. We've been married only about a year. I feel like he took so much from me and doesn't even want to go to therapy to work this out. I don't want to leave my house, but everywhere in it I see him. He chose her. I've been cheated in every relationship I've ever been in. He was supposed to be my forever. I don't know what to do. I've made therapy appointments, but I was also laid off last month, so I have too much free time to analyze every single moment where he might have been lying to me or where I made myself pathetic, trying to cling to him. How do I start to get through this? Updates? First of all, I just want to thank everyone here for the support I received following my first post back in August. At the time, it truly felt like my world was ending. It was important to me to make this update because I need to tell anyone who's currently going through the same thing. It gets better. You will get so much better. I had one conversation with my husband since everything happened, by his choice. It lasted maybe 5 minutes and was like talking to a robot. I know from others that he cries to people about how he ruined his life, but I have never once gotten an apology or the same show of regret. At this point, I don't care. I know him and the other woman are still seeing each other, and frankly, they deserve each other. Good for them. While I still feel angry occasionally, I no longer mourn what I once had. Instead, I'm so excited for the life I now get to live. I moved to a small, walkable city and gave myself my dream apartment. It makes me so happy to see how I've decorated it and to just live in a cozy place instead of our old dreary house. I was the breadwinner in our marriage, and he would make me feel awful about wanting to pay for nice meals or do fun things. Since moving here, I've done a ton of foodie fun stuff and don't feel guilty. It's so refreshing. I have dipped my toe into the dating pool again and had plenty of mediocre dates from dating apps. Recently, I found someone who I've really clicked with, and I'm enjoying how appreciated and desired he's made me feel. It's definitely early and we're moving slow, but overall, dating has made me realize that I'm a catch who doesn't know how to settle. Therapy has done wonders and I'm so happy. I immediately dove into it. My therapist is proud of me. I'm proud of me. I've stopped looking at being divorced as a failure. He failed, not me. I'm genuinely happy and excited to wake up each morning and no longer feel like this terrible weight is sitting on my chest. The holidays were surprisingly easy, and I found myself so happy to spend time with my family without giving to compromise anything. So, all in all, life is good and there's so much of it ahead. Looking back, I can't believe I wasted so much time thinking about how I could get him to come home. I've made my own home and my own happiness, and that is worth so much more.
Lawyer first. Get the divorce filed, and get their advice on if it's okay for you to leave the house while things are processing. As for the other, you need to fill your time. Devote yourself to hobbies, including picking up new ones. Rely on friends, long video calls, watching movies together, etc. Fill as much of your time as you can until things start to process. I'm so sorry he gave up on you without even trying, hon. You deserve far better than that. It's a shame some people are so good at hiding how little respect they have for other folk, but please hold on to the fact that none of this was your fault. There is absolutely zero reason for a partner to cheat, ever, and there is absolutely no justification that can put even a shred of the blame on you. Remember, he made an active choice to cheat. Every day, every time he lied, every time he texted her, he was actively choosing to lie to you and hurt you. He had other choices. He's just feeling guilty right now, so of course he's going from try to push it on you. He'll keep doing it, because he's obviously someone that doesn't responsibility for his actions. At the end of the day, you get to leave with your integrity. He doesn't. Don't take any of that on. He is the reason for the affair, it has nothing to do with you. Consider yourself fortunate that this happened before spending your life with him and then finding out the kind of person he really is or having kids to deal with in the midst of this. Walk away with your self-esteem intact and build on your strengths and things you enjoy. Individual counseling may help you, but make it about you, not this loser. He doesn't deserve any more of your time. This is typical for a lot of cheaters to do. Things could be going perfectly fine up until the affair, but they want something to blame for their actions because they're selfish. They're already cheating on you, so why not blame you too? Whatever makes them feel justified to themselves. He's shown you many reasons why you shouldn't try to work it out with him, so let him go. You'll be much better off. Once you're out and healed, you'll look back and see what a gaslighting loser he was. Your loss is the man he pretended to be, not the real him. You can't blame yourself for believing in who he faked being. You found out real quick, a year into marriage. Focus on yourself, your healing. Get out. Don't play house with him. Go see an attorney first thing tomorrow. Best wishes to you. Mediation absolutely works out for a lot of people. Of course it doesn't always work, but it's not a bad option for everyone. And you can get your own consulting attorney to review paperwork and make sure your interests are protected and still save money by negotiating together. The thing with divorce is that you only really hear the horror stories, so it seems like everything has to be litigated. In a lot of community property states it can just be a simple matter of math and paperwork, especially if it's a short-term marriage and they don't have kids. It just depends on the people and the circumstances. Some don't, some do. It depends on the situation. A lot of people get divorced themselves without any lawyers or mediators and are fine. There are a lot of people who get divorced after a short-term marriage and don't have kids who don't really need much help. My state is a no-fault community property state, so for some people it's more just about filling out paperwork. There are a ton of variables in the kind of help people need, and the reality is that our economy is not one where everyone can afford a lawyer. Have a mantra to help you when things get overwhelming. I'm going to be okay. This sucks, but I'm going to be okay. I am a loyal, trustworthy, hardworking woman. I deserve the same in return. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am worthy. Even if you don't feel they are true in this moment, it will help to say them out loud until they hold truth to you. I'm sorry you are going through this. You can't trust this man anymore and he is not willing to compromise with you. You deserve better. I absolutely have to agree with how helpful a mantra can be. My ex-husband was abusive, cheating, lying, stealing, just the worst possible, and we had been together since we were young teens. It was a hard breakup. He kicked out me and our 2 kids, 1 and 2 years old at the time, right after maxing out my credit cards and spending all of our savings. I hadn't been allowed to work since the kids were born because he would threaten me every time. He didn't pay child support or see the kids. He was stalking me and I was scared to file for divorce because he didn't want me to and was legitimately dangerous. I got through the first year just repeating I can, I am, I will, which was short for I can get through this / do these things / make something positive out of this because I am doing it, and I will continue to until I come out on the other side. Finished a degree, got a good full-time job with benefits, am raising these beautiful children to be better than he was, and it keeps getting better. That mantra pulled me out of some dark thoughts. It wasn't over the top, and was just enough that I could actually believe it.